Hello, educators. Are you ready to learn a secret that can save you a lot of time while describing your learning spaces and play spaces? Watch this video to find out what free AI tool Google Gemini can do for you. First of all, what is Google Gemini? So, Google Gemini is a tool that is very similar to ChatGPT, and it is a model that is based on language. So we are going to use a free version, which is important as we are not making a lot of money and you might not have funds for extra tools in your early childhood education and care. So you will find this app just typing in Google Gemini in the Google search, of course. So this will take you to online space like this one, and you will start your conversation. What is interesting about Google Gemini and why I wanted to make this video is that I started to use ChatGPT 4 as a teacher and as an early childhood trainer, and I found that it has a lot of potential, but I also realized that Google Gemini can do the same thing for free. That's really big bonus for us. Now watch me doing a magic with one of the pictures that I have from the past when I set up my one of the first play spaces for children who were interested in bugs. To upload a prompt, you need to click on the image button here, and you then find the image that you have. I already have the image here. So this is the image of my play space that I created for children in my preschool room many moons ago. So I'm going to add a prompt here, and this prompt would be: this is a play space I created for 3 to 5 years old children who were interested in bugs. Give me feedback on this play space and tell me about the learning that it can facilitate in children. What can I add to make it even more meaningful and engaging? This is my first prompt. So that's really good, right? So, because I used to write description of learning experiences and also something that we called experience connections. So this helps you to justify your program for your room and create a more meaningful program as well, which definitely will impress your families if they will read about it, or will impress your assessors from department when they will come to assess your center in your room. It also helps you to identify better goals and to have a discussion about how this particular play space supports what you observed in terms of children's interests, their needs, current projects. You also can train other educators, for example, supporting educators like someone who's a trainee or someone who's studying towards Certificate 3 in a more effective way. As a trainer and also as a early childhood teacher who works in early childhood centers, I often notice that people create play spaces because they found them on Pinterest, or they create play spaces because they liked this particular material. This is not enough to justify play spaces. So our EYLF talks about play-based learning, but also intentionality. So this is intentionality that we're going to see here. But first you need to obviously understand what kind of learning this play space can provide. Let's see. So I consider it not just a tutoring experience that Gemini can support you, but it also great tool for time management because it can save you a lot of time. Let's get started and find out what Google Gemini has to offer. And the answer is ready. So where we are is the chat, not chat GPT, the chat with Google Gemini. And we are looking at the play space that I asked Google to analyze. So let's have a look at this play space a little bit better. So what you can see here is a box, yes, a wooden box. We have some sand, We have some natural resources such as mushroom, some sticks that I picked, some rocks, and we also have some insects such as ants. So this play space supports children's interest in ants. And there is a card about ants and a book at the back that supports like learning early literacy and also supports the research that this age group can have. I also can see displayed bugs to identify which bugs can they see. So this play space is open-ended, so it has a potential for multiple types of play. For example, children can engage in sensory play, imaginative play. Children can also identify bugs. It develops vocabulary related to the project bugs, and also, of course, is just fantastic for collaborative play. So it will fit two children, and it is quite interesting play space. But I'm wondering, would this AI tool identify the same things that I identify as a teacher with multiple degrees, master's degree in early childhood education, and more than 16 years of experience? Let's find out. Here we go. This play space you've created is a great start for encouraging children exploration and fascination with bugs. Here are some feedback and ideas for making it even more meaningful and engaging. Sensory experience. Remember, I mentioned that it is a sensory play space. The sand provides great sensory experience for children. They can use it to build bug homes, bury toy bugs, make trails. Consider adding other textures such as little rocks, sticks, and leaves. Well, I do have rocks there and I do have sticks, but it's a great idea maybe to add leaves. I agree. Exploration and observation. Children can use magnifying glasses. Spot on. This is a really great feedback. I think magnifying glasses would really create this amazing opportunity for closer look at the insects in the box. I agree. So this can help them to identify different parts of the bug's body and see how they move. Fine motor skills. Yes, we can add tweezers and tongs as well here to develop their or support development of fine motor skills. So great suggestion. I agree with it as a teacher. So engagement. So we have a variety of bugs because I told you that it was only for ants. We can extend on this play space by adding more bugs like ladybugs. We can add some butterflies and we can make other insects here. The next suggestion is to create a habitat. For example, hiding spots for the bugs in the box. They could include small pieces of bark, leaves, and cardboard tubes. Actually, I do have all this in the play space, but that's a good suggestion anyway. Create bug identification chart with pictures and names of common bugs. This will help children to learn to identify the different bugs they find in the box. Also, they suggest to provide some dramatic place props in this space, such as toy shovels, pails, watering cans, and bug nets. I think this is a great suggestion because we can recreate the same space outside. And we can add watering cans and we can add piles of water or for water and toy shovels. Really great idea. Books. So they want me to include more books about bugs. Yes, it could be more child-friendly books. So this is a book that is fictional. So we can add non-fictional book. We can add a fictional book about bugs such as very hungry caterpillar or the ants go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. So far, not bad, not bad. Now I'm going to add more prompts. Follow me to find out how this AI tool can help you. Of course, you will have to participate in editing and reading because your knowledge should contribute to the analysis, but it really is big support. So my next task for this particular tool is to ask to link this play space to the EYLF outcomes. You can also link it to the principles and practices of the EYLF and three overarching ideas such as belonging, being, becoming. But let's just start with the outcomes, okay? So while it's working, I will, oh, that's really fast. I was going to ask you to predict what kind of outcomes it might link it to. But you can see that it linked it to outcome 4 as I asked. So the bug box provides a space for children to explore and investigate the world around them in a safe and engaging way. Using magnifying glasses to examine bugs fosters their curiosity and encourages them to ask questions about the natural world. Questioning and problem solving. As children explore the bug box, they may wonder about different types of bugs, how they move, and what they eat. This encourages them to ask questions and experiment to find ways. Confidence in their learning. Provide opportunities for children to explore and discover at their own pace. Okay, so this is a bit generic, although it's not bad. I want more specific links, and I will teach you how to add them using the same tool. Let's have a look at some other outcomes. This will help you while you are studying as well, and you are only learning to understand EYLF outcomes, but you can see that they also linked it to outcome 1. Children um, children have a strong sense of identity. Dramatic play props like toy shovels use the imagination. So what I can see here, that this is a bit off track. I think this particular tool created those outcomes, and we see a little bit of arrows. Which is amazing because that's what this tutorial is for. To make it more precise, do not trust these tools. Always check with the original source of information, and in our case it is EYLF. We're gonna give this tool some prompts, some information, and then we'll ask it to link the play space that it knows now to the sub-outcomes and components of learning that we are after. So to make our analysis more substantiated and relevant, I want to ask Google Gemini to link this play space analysis to the components of learning from EYLF 2.0 or sub-outcomes. I asked to link the analysis of the play space to them, but you need a list of those components. I have a list on my Payhip for free, so you can find it if you follow the link in the description below. Here is the list. Let's send it to the world of AI and see what we get at the exit. So we have more specific feedback now. So this play space is related to outcome 1. Children have a strong sense of identity. Children feel safe and secure. The play space can be designed with clear boundaries and designated area for bug exploration. Okay, so that's predictable environment, I agree. Developing autonomy, yes, they might actually choose which material to play with. Absolutely, yeah, that's really supporting the independence and sense of agency. Knowledge and confidence in terms of their sense of identity. Children might have interests. I would definitely link it to this sub-outcome. They can feel proud of their discoveries and share knowledge about bugs with you as an educator and other children. Interacting with care with this play space. Absolutely. Children quite often mess up the play space, but this is really good idea to teach them how to respect the play space and the bugs as part of living creatures, natural world. So this is really good. So you can see outcome 2 talks about sense of belonging. Children are connected with and contribute to the world. I will definitely link this play space to this outcome and sub-outcomes, such as children are sharing this play space with each other. As I said, it could be collaborative play space. They also learn about diversity, different habitats, and they appreciate the diversity of the natural world. They also start to handle bugs gently and return them to their habitat after observation. So they're not real bugs, but at least it helps them to role play empathy and social responsibility. It helps us as educators to start those discussions about natural world and the bugs, right? So this play space is also linked to outcomes 3. Children have a strong sense of well-being because when they use their fine motor skills and they're involved in this calming sensory play. They do develop their self-regulation, and emotional well-being is supported. Children are confident and involved learners. Great. So this covered before, but I would say that they are involved in exploration. They also show disposition for learning, such as curiosity, taking an interest, experimentation. As a teacher, I also will make sure that I mention that children are engaged in transfer knowledge from one context to another. All children come to your care with funds of knowledge, or so-called virtual bags of knowledge. So they already have experience with bugs, especially by the age of 3. And they can tell you about this experience. They might have positive or negative or neutral experience with bugs. Some of them may have fear, and transferring knowledge from real world to the play space, and then from this play space to the real world, is what will happen. In terms of outcome 4, make sure to introduce intentionally some concepts here that are related to insects, bugs, such as um, it could be related to sustainability, it could be related to protecting our environment, it could be about care for small insects and their importance for our world. Also, you might introduce the idea of safety. So this is very important outcome. I would focus a lot on outcome 4 here. Also, outcome 5 definitely is relevant. Children are effective communicators. Why? Because when children play, they communicate, right? Even verbally, non-verbally, they do strengthen their communication skills. Children with lack of verbal abilities will use facial expressions, gestures to experiment and excite and show their excitement, curiosity, interest, and tell you about bugs in their own language. Also, you can add a clipboard and extend on display space. So what we're gonna do next, so this is really good. You see the prompt, when improved with your input, with your data, becomes much better and gives you better outcome. Let's ask this tool the last thing about display space and see what we'll find out. Okay, so here is my prompt. I would like to add clipboards with paper and markers to incorporate early literacy to support mark making. Can you give me more ideas on how I can help children to express themselves through drawing and mark making to make meaning and learn about insects? Can you suggest some ideas for early literacy as an extension to display space? And send it to the AI universe. Let's see what we get. Here we go, some suggestions. We have clipboards. That's a great addition. Storykate approves. Provide paper of different sizes and texture to encourage exploration. Observation prompts. Use laminated sheets with prompts to guide children observations. For example, draw a bug with the most spots. That's fantastic. I love that. Draw the biggest bug you saw. Wonderful. That's really good. Mark making with natural materials. Set out tray with sand, leaves, small twigs. Children can use these materials to create bug pictures. Spot on and also in line with nature pedagogies and sustainability. Really great idea. Collaborative drawing. Provide large sheets of paper and encourage children to work together to draw a bug city or a scene depicting different types of insects in their habitat. Perfect. We also have a few more on early numeracy, on numbers and counting and all the other concepts related to numeracy. Include small plastic bugs of different colors in the box. Children can use tongues to sort and count the bugs. Yay! Measuring bugs. Provide child-safe rulers and straws with marked segments. They can measure those bugs. I would say they also can document it on their clipboards. Number patterns. Create a laminated sheet with simple repeating pattern of dots and shapes. Yeah, well, so many opportunities here. Also hide small laminated cards around the play space. Children can search for the cards. Okay, so that's not the best, but I would, because it's laminated, but I will probably think a little bit more about numeracy. But this idea is also great and enhance your play space. Display artwork. Once children started to make, so they started to draw and paint and create those pictures, take pictures of their samples, display their completed artwork, and share it with the rest of the group, parents and other educators. You also can encourage children to use their drawings and observations to create stories about the bugs. They can act out their stories using the dramatic play props. You also can link it to the field trips that you can do, and take with you all this wonderful clipboards so they can continue mark making and recording their experiences. Now, last prop for today is going to be about theories. Storykate covers theories a lot, so I have 1 minute theories videos. I also have extensive detailed videos on particular theories. I'm gonna ask Google Gemini to link this video to one or two theories, and let's see what's gonna happen. So I'm going to ask Google Gemini to link it to two theories, Vygotsky and Piaget. So as you can see, we have a very good answer. So this particular theory of Vygotsky has the key concept of zone of proximal development, and you can see that more knowledgeable peers and adults can guide children exploration, help them to observe details about bugs, answer questions, and develop new skills using magnifying glasses, drawings, etc. Dramatic play with props also allows for pretend scenarios. As you know, Vygotsky was very strong on imaginative play and the role of this play for cognition, for thinking, so I agree with this link. Also, social interactions. Yes, this play space is fantastic for promoting social play about bugs. Children can engage in conversations about what they see, what they play with, they build upon each other ideas, they also exchange those ideas, and definitely this play space can stay for weeks and teach them a lot about bugs, but also they will learn a lot about language and interactions and play. Now, Piaget, a schema. Yes, of course, they are learning about insects. Yes, so schema is a mental framework, in this case about natural world and what insects are. So, for example, child might learn about what ants are. They have 6 legs, so all insects have 6 legs, and then they can compare other insects to ants, and this will be the formation of the schema. Also, accommodation is the key idea of Piaget theory of cognition. So child might believe that all bugs have wings if they only seen butterflies. Playing with this play space, they can discover that insects or bugs, they have 6 legs and they not necessarily have wings. So this is changing their view of the insects of the world, and this way they make meaning. We are not in concrete operational stage. I would say they're at pre-operational stage, yeah, and that's why they are using symbols. I would say they are learning to understand symbols. So this is not covered in the response, but because I know I can add a prompt here, and this can go indefinitely, guys, with your knowledge, with your good foundational skills of observations, with your good foundational knowledge about early childhood development, theories of development and learning, you can use these tools well. But if you don't have the foundational knowledge, there is a risk, as you could see, go off track or complete something that is not relevant or true. So this is a bit of a pinch of salt at the end. If you like this video on Google Gemini, please watch my other video on ChatGPT and how I used it to analyze the sample of child's work, drawing, artwork. Also, you can look at my more generic ChatGPT video on how to support your observation writing with these AI tools, in particular ChatGPT 3. So that's a free tool. Thanks for watching, And if you like this video as well, share it with your friends and colleagues and students who are only starting their career in early childhood education. Because if you don't, I am going to sing Baby Shark. Just joking. No, it's okay. See you next time. Bye for now.